today we're doing a gacha challenge. Basically, the point of this challenge is to take a gacha game, in this case Cookie Run Kingdom, and draw random characters that I pull from 3 gachas. Well, it's gonna take me more than 3 attempts to get 3 characters, but you get the point. I didn't want to be stuck with boring looking characters, or at least simplistic characters, so I set a few rules for the draws. First, and most importantly, no repeats allowed. I don't want to have to draw the same character over and over again, especially in the same video. Unless I'm doing something related to comics, then I would probably have to. Second rule, I want to have characters that are in different rarity brackets. In this game we have common, rare, epic, ancient, and legendary. And I don't need all 5, just 3 that are in 3 different categories. Rule 3, I'm only doing 3 at a time, so I don't have to spend forever making the video, because the drawing would never seem to end. Rule 4, out of the rarities I get to draw, I get to pick the ones I draw. Basically, I drew quite a lot of commons and rares before getting an epic, so I decided that I can pick out of any of the extras I draw. As a side note, this video is not sponsored, so I'm not going to tell you to play the game, do what you want. So now that we're all on the same page, let's dive right in. First up is Muscle Cookie. I actually had quite a few commons I could pick from and had personally never used Muscle Cookie before, but I chose him anyways. Mostly because I wanted to practice drawing muscles because I'm not super good at it. Well, I mean mostly the muscles located in the core, you know, like abs and stuff. So as you can imagine, he is a large cookie who enjoys weights. The main thing I was worried about was capturing his large shoulders, defined abs, and huge titties. I mean pectoral muscles. I did immediately mess that up by picking a pose that covered most of his abs. Look, I was looking at bodybuilder poses, and this was one that would give a clear view of the character's face and wasn't too similar to his normal pose, and didn't feel really weird to be staring at. This is a cookie after all. I'm not trying to draw a man meant to look spicy. The game's description of him is honestly fantastic. Muscle Cookie's recipe requires large quantities of protein powder and about 3 weeks of intense kneading. Only after that, the taste of raw muscle power comes to life. Such a rigorous cooking process has made Muscle Cookie a bit short-tempered. He tends to throw exercise equipment when angry. Don't be afraid, once he's done dealing with cake monsters, he's as cool as a cucumber. I headcanon him as a himbo. I have no idea what his voice lines are, and I don't really care. Himbo. I did add another line going around one side to make them feel more flat and kind of like an object than more as a person, because I'm trying to make them look like cookies, but just in a style that's a bit more of my own. I didn't draw proper feet and fingers because these are cookies, and I'm not sure what baker hates themselves that much to the point to where they would add in super detailed fingers. If you are one, let me know. And why you go through the effort. Hands are hard. Second on our list is Pancake Cookie. For the rare cookies, I also had quite a few choices. Not as much as the common, but still quite a bit. For me, it was a toss-up between Cherry Bomb Cookie because explosives, and Pancake Cookie. I chose Pancake Cookie because that onesie is adorable, and he gives me huge flying squirrel vibes, so when trying to find the right pose, I decided to Google squirrel. I mean, look at these 2 images and tell me they're not the same pose. As a side note, when I was typing squirrel, I accidentally clicked on one of Google's auto recommendations and discovered that there's a fish called the squirrelfish. According to the wiki, this nocturnal fish was featured in a James Bond short story in 1960 called The Hildebrand Rarity. I think I said that right. Hildebrand Rarity? the title's on screen for you. But as much as I would love to fill this video with random fish facts, I can't. But I do have to distract you with one more fun fact. In middle school, so like back in 2009 I think, I had to make a short story about a friend who got superpowers, and I made them wear a pancake onesie and they could create pancakes out of nothing and they used them to fight crimes. This isn't relevant, just drawing the character dug that memory up, and I feel that you all need to be cursed with it as well. So before more random bullshit floods my mind, let's talk about the game's description for Pancake Cookie. Brown to perfection, this ever-energetic Pancake Cookie is cute to the extreme, and he knows it. He even added a piece of butter on the top of his head to look even more adorable. This sweet and innocent cookie's favorite thing in the world is acorn jellies. When he sees one, he'll use the full extent of his cuteness to get his hands on it. You may try to resist his charms, but he'll get that acorn jelly from you one way or another. My friend's costume was also covered in butter and maple syrup. Back on topic, I decided to draw a pancake cookie eating a pancake because I didn't read the game's description before drawing the character, only when I was writing the script. So I would have drawn an acorn jelly, whatever that looks like, if I was aware. Either way, this was a fun drawing to make. I really liked using the squirrel as a base for the pose and then converting it to a more humanoid design. And the character's design was also really fun to draw.
This world belongs to everyone. To battle!
My last cookie was in the epic category. I honestly didn't expect to be getting 2 epics in a row, but I did. Just so you know, I was drawing in batches of 10 to speed up the drawing process. So my choices were between Red Velvet Cookie and Mala Sauce Cookie. And now I find myself asking, what is Mala Sauce? Okay, it's a spicy sauce that originated in the Sichuan region of China. I hope I pronounced that right. Anyway, I picked Red Velvet Cookie because I like the design better, and he's probably my favorite of the villains in the game. Maybe even my favorite character. Mainly because I love Red Velvet Cookies and I haven't heard of a Snickerdoodle cookie. Red Velvet Cookie is the main antagonist of the Sweet Tower of Chaos event. He is a cookie that is made of both cookie and cake. His job is to run the tower and mass produce, or I guess mass bake in this case, cake monsters, which are currently running rampant across the world because of story reasons. His in-game description doesn't really describe him to the extent of the previous 2 cookies, but does put him in a scene that I think shows more aspects of his personality. "Obey my beasts," Red Velvet Cookie ordered, like a thunderbolt rolls over the battlefield. "Fall in." The horde of snarling cake monsters obediently assumes a dreadful battle formation. The Crimson General personally leads his legion into battle, sowing fear with his clenched fist cake and his black eye gleaming with the dark fire of battle fever. The battle-hardened warrior will see his mission to its end with precision and ruthlessness. "Unleash chaos, my beasts," he roared as the battle began, adding silently, "But please come back alive." He has a heart of dough. Caring about the creatures he makes, it's sweet, pun intended. Thinking of the pose for this character wasn't that difficult. I wanted to show off the wicked blade that he wields and be doing something with that pointy cake arm of his. I also had his hair swoop around his feet and curl up, kind of pointing to his face, but in hindsight I should have curled it out behind him and, have it kind of curl up towards the sword tip because it probably would have helped with the overall balance of the pose better. And the sword is the first thing you notice, and having the swooping thing pointing at it just would have made a better composition. Oh well, you live and you learn, I guess. Honestly, at first glance, I thought his hair was a cloak, which is part of the reason why I had the idea of it going around his feet, and then I realized upon closer inspection, it was long hair. I have great powers of perception. Either way, his design is fantastic, and I love him. Well, that's all the time I have for this video. This was a fun idea, and I'll probably come back to it in the future sometime with other gacha games. If you have one you wanted to see me do, go ahead and let me know in the comments down below. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe for more videos. See you next time. Bye!